at this moment in time, after 8 years here in Aarhus with my colleague from the orchestra, I'm very proud about the level of the orchestra, and we work very hardly during 8 years, about 8 weeks a year, and we have today the beginning of the result. They play more in the freedom aspect of the music. They are not so blocked by the tempi, but they can improvise a little bit. But the most important, it was to improvise together in a group, and the liberté is so important when you are in the orchestra. And I can hear the result after 8 years, but always it's a slow process. We need to have a lot of courage for everybody, because it's not easy. But I'm sure now they are more in the freedom aspect of the music. It was for me a big challenge, but the level was already here. Just we put some new things. Perhaps we did a lot of different style, and I did perhaps a lot of French music, and probably this aspect of the repertoire gave a little bit more liberty than it was for the German or Russian music. I don't know, it's difficult to say. But no, it's always important for me to see the result, to see the positive result. Or I can remember the opening night of the Culture City in January 17. And it was Beethoven 9. I remember the television was here, the TV and the Danish radio and everything. But it was, of course, a very important night. But not only that, we did a lot of so different program and repertoire, and it's difficult to say, oh, I prefer this one, or I prefer. No, it was a part of the big job during 8 years. This week, the recording about Ravel repertoire, it was very important, because there is a special atmosphere about colors of the orchestra, about technique, also sometimes extremely virtuose, but it is so important for an orchestra to record. And if I can say something, I'm a little bit not sad. I'm not sad with Aarhus, never. But I did only 2 recordings in 8 years. It's not enough. I'm sure the orchestra can be more in a high level if it was more CDs. Because only one secret to improve an orchestra is to do CD and CD and CD. Some important orchestras are always in a CD session, and it's so important, it's capital for the quality of an orchestra. I'm so happy to have this last week with the CD Ravel, but a little bit disappointed, because for me, normally in 8 years it was possible to do 7 or 8 or 10 CDs, but for a lot of different situations it was not possible. And of course, with the COVID in the middle, it was so complicated too, and also the budget situation and everything. But just that, if I can say something to my next colleague, when he will be, I don't know, but when he will be, or she will be, or he will be here, I can say, please do record, because it's extremely important. Oh, you know, I conduct everywhere from now 50 years, and I want perhaps slow, go a little bit down in my career and do a little bit more relax and not too much concert. And if I can choose some concert, it will be really my choice. It will be not because I'm obliged, because I'm chief somewhere. Probably I will be more free. probably I stopped the position for the principal conductor or musical director, because finally I lead during this period 6 different orchestras, one French, one German, one from Netherlands, one from Sweden, one who's from Denmark, and now I am in Seville in Spain. And with my 6 orchestra, it is a lot of job to lead and to print a new artistic, artistic and musical. And now perhaps I want to be a little bit more free, a little bit more only to do music without administrative problem of question.